Let's talk about social media scheduling apps and whether you need them for your business or organization. In this video, I'll be talking about the pros and cons of social media scheduling apps, and then I'll also be reviewing some of the major ones so that you can decide which one is best for you. Let's get into it. Hi, my name is Maggie. Welcome to my channel, Optimistic Maggie. I created this channel so that I can help you make sense of social media and content creation. So as mentioned in this video, we're going to be talking about social media scheduling app. And I wanted to start off by talking about what exactly are social media scheduling apps. So a social media scheduling app is a tool or software which allows you to schedule multiple posts across multiple platforms or accounts. Now that we know what they are, let's talk about the pros of them. So the most obvious reason is that it helps you to save time. You don't have to worry about when are you going to post because it's already scheduled for you, which brings me to the second point in that it helps you to schedule your post ahead of time. And if you watch my previous video where I talked about content calendars and how to create one, this is a very important step for you to consider before you even think about using social media scheduling app, because a scheduling app is simply a tool to help with your content strategy, and it will kind of be pointless unless you have a calendar to work with. So get you one and go watch that video for more gems on it after this one. The third point is that it helps you to stay consistent because it's kind of like a rinse and repeat method. What you're doing is that you're scheduling your content to post at certain times and dates that you have looked in your analytics and realized, okay, this is the best time for me to post. And it helps you to stay consistent because once you've tried it out for like an entire month, it will help you to get into that groove. It's like that additional habit that you've now developed that it's kind of a part of your overall process now. The fourth pro is that you don't need to log in and out of an account just so you can get access to one. So if any of you are on Instagram, for example, I mean the maximum accounts that you can actually add, I believe, is 5. So with having a content calendar, once you have connected your channels, it's just one login and you can see all of your channels in one place, and a lot of them allow you to connect Instagram or even TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, all of those major one, Pinterest. So all you have to do is connect it and you're ready to go. The last pro is that it is perfect for a team. If you are a business owner that has other people working with you and you want to be able to delegate tasks like this, it is perfect for you to do that because you don't have to worry about giving out personal login information. If that is like a security issue that you have, you can simply give them the login for the social media scheduling app, and they can log in that way and do what they need to do, scheduling your post for you. Now, of course, we have to talk about the cons. What are some disadvantages with using social media scheduling apps? And the first thing is that sometimes your content won't post, and this is because there are sometimes some glitches with the software and your content just doesn't post. And so if you're someone who doesn't have time to be checking in, especially if it's a time sensitive post, that can be a bit of a disadvantage for you. So you might want to look into looking at your connections every single week to ensure that everything is all synced up. And that ties into the second point, which is that sometimes your channels can get disconnected for some reason. So you'll have to make it a routine thing that every week at the end of the week or something that you're checking to ensure that everything is connected and good to go. The next con is that with scheduling content way ahead of time, the downside can be that sometimes your content can be time insensitive. For example, what if you had a post to be scheduled on a certain day and then something very drastic happened, like a world event, it's a crisis, and your post kind of seems insensitive at the time? It doesn't give you that flexibility that you could, maybe change it around unless if you had someone actively working on ensuring that these things are kind of looked at. So this can be a disadvantage because it gives you that flexibility of scheduling ahead of time. Sometimes we can just do a whole method of like setting and forgetting, and that can be a disadvantage sometimes. So just something to consider if you plan to use them. And the last thing, this is probably one of the most important things that I think every person who is considering to use one needs to know, is that it doesn't have access to all of the features that the platforms offer. So recently, many of the social media scheduling apps have now had Reels as a feature that you can schedule using their software. However, it should be noted that not every single thing that is available in Reels or just Instagram, if we're using that as an example, you won't have access to all the features. So some examples of this would be, for example, if you wanted to use the invite a collaborator feature, you would have to manually do that. It is not available within scheduling apps. Also, if you wanted to add certain polls or use the Instagram captions like within the app, you would have to ensure that you're adding your captions before you put it into the scheduler so that you have some caption on your videos. And also certain features such as polls, sticker, the slider, those that they recently added, you won't have access to adding those if you are using a scheduling app. There are other features as well that, of course, you won't be able to use. So if you are going to be scheduling stories, for example, you wouldn't have access to the link sticker as well. So certain things you would have to be doing manually. So it's important for you to keep that in mind and just know what content you would actually need to use a scheduler for and which ones you would actually need to ensure that you're manually doing it. One quick thing I should mention about social media scheduling apps overall is that it does require you to have a business account so that it can publish your content for you. Because if you have a creator account, for example, it won't automatically publish the post for you. What you will get is a push notification to let you know that your content is ready to post, and then you would have to manually click the post button pretty much. So that is one thing to also know if you are a creator who's planning, or if you have a creator account. If you want access to some of these features, the flexibility that they allow, you need to switch to a business account. So now we're going to dive into reviewing some of the most popular social media scheduling apps. I'm going to start off with free ones and then working my way down to some that are a bit more on the more expensive side. So about 4 of them that we'll be doing. So join me over here on my computer.
So starting off with Meta Business Suite. Since Facebook and Instagram are owned by Meta, this is free for you to use once you have a Facebook page created so that you can then connect your Instagram account to it. There are 2 ways that you can schedule your post. You can go to content, and there you will see at the top where you can create a story, reel, or post. The second way, which I recommend as it allows you to actually see a calendar, is the planner section. Simply click the schedule post and you will see a drop down that prompts you to schedule a post, story, reel, or ad. For this example, we will schedule a reel. Select your video, ensuring that it is in the correct dimension of 9:16 or 1080 to 1920 pixels. Write your captions as you normally would on your phone. You will notice that the Business Suite allows you to invite a collaborator via its planner. This feature is not yet available for other scheduling apps, but since Instagram is a Meta product, it is available using the Business Suite. I should also note that currently, Instagram Reels are not available to be scheduled via the Business Suite, but only Facebook Reels. Select your scheduled date and time and hit the schedule button. For sharing posts, the process is the same. For this example, I'm doing a carousel post, and you can either share up to 10 images or videos for your carousel posts. And there you have it. That is how you use the Meta Business Suite to schedule your posts. Buffer is probably one of the most underrated schedulers because it offers so much under their free plan, but I'll get into that shortly. Here's an overview of the available plans that are suitable for solopreneurs, teams, and even agencies. The thing that I like about Buffer is how detailed it is in telling you exactly what you'll be getting under each plan. I was really impressed that you can get up to 3 channels under the free plan, and some things such as being able to schedule reels and carousels were also free to do. Scheduling a post is very easy. Either click Create Post, select if you want to post a reel or a feed post. We are going to do a reel for this. Upload your file from your computer, add your caption, select Share to Feed if you want it to show up on your feed, and then to schedule the post, click the drop-down arrow beside Add to Queue, select Schedule Post, and then select the time and the date that you want. That's it. Easy peasy. Now let's talk about later. I'll be honest with you all, I feel like Later is one of those overrated apps because I've personally tried it and I'm not really a fan. I've actually gone to just manually scheduling my apps or just the business suite, but I'll review it just the same. Later has a free subscription, which of course means that it has limited features, so you're not able to schedule reels or carousels without using one of their paid plans. To get access to these features, you'll need to start with the starter plan, which is about $15 US per month on the annual plan, or $18 a month on the monthly plan. For this video, I'm currently on the 14-day free trial on the standard plan. So I already have an account, so I'll just log in, but if you're new, simply go through their registration process to get started. So when you're logged in, before you can publish any posts, you will need to connect your social media accounts that you wish to schedule posts for. This is actually the standard for all of the scheduling apps, so just be ready to connect your accounts when the time comes. On the left, you will see where you can upload your media files, so you can schedule a post by simply dragging and dropping it to the calendar area. You can choose between posting a reel or a regular feed post. Within Later, you can also select to share the reel to your profile grid. Now, here is the disadvantage with using scheduling tools. For your post to auto-publish, it requires you to have a business account, and most people have a creator account, so they can have more access to music selections for reels. Once you switch your account over to a business profile, just be aware of some of the restrictions that you may have in some areas. If you guys actually want me to do a comparison between a business profile and a creator profile, let me know in the comment section and I'll be sure to do a video about that for you. It's pretty straightforward to schedule your posts in Later, and you can also schedule stories. Again, bear in mind that you can only do this on the paid plan and you have limited access for story features like stickers when posting with scheduling apps. So if sharing a link on your story is something that is needed for that specific post, ensure that you're doing it manually. Lastly, let's talk about Hootsuite. Honestly, y'all, if you don't have an agency, I really don't see the point of using it as a small business because it is quite expensive. So it's about $49 a month for its annual plan, but if you want to use it on a monthly basis, it's $99 per month. I also found it a bit confusing to use, and it had way too many complications, like forcing me to switch to a business account just to connect my Instagram account, so I think we can skip this review for now. You're good with choosing any of the three that I mentioned before, so simply do your own research to see which one works best for your business or organization based on your budget and also features that you're probably interested in, and go from there.
Have you ever tried using social media scheduling apps? Comment below and let me know which ones and how they worked out for you. Now, if you're looking to learn more about how to create your own content calendar, then I highly recommend that you watch this video right here to get started. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!